Okay, good morning, Group 2. And this morning we're just looking at reading scales. So we have looked at these before, and we're just going to do this as a main activity today. So we can see there we have got, these are going to be grams. And you can see there is 1,000 grams on that scale. And then you think, well, what is it going up in? So if we have a look at these intervals here, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is halfway. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So we need to say is how many tens are in 100? 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, isn't there? So each one of these intervals is worth 10 grams. Okay, so we're going to be reading some scales with intervals to 10. So how much would that be? Write it down on your board or your paper, whatever you've got. So you can see that would be 10, 20. What about that? How many grams are there? So we can see we can go to the halfway point straight away, and that's 50. And then we're adding tens, aren't we? So we're just counting in tens there. 60, 70. And then what would that be? So if you've got a piece of paper, whiteboard, just write these down each time. And pause the video. So we can see there we have got 100, 10, 110, 120. And I've just added 100. So what would that be? It'd be 220. What about if I took away 50? So we could say, well, I'm going to count forward in my hundreds. I'm going to count forward for my 100 in tens, or I could go straight to my 150 and go 160, 170, or from 200 count back in tens, 190, 180, 170. Okay, so what would that be? What would be the weight of those items? So you can see there, 600. Halfway between 600 and 700 is 650. Add 10, 660. Now, if I do another one, what would that be? So again, this time we can just go straight to 800 and take 10 away and another 10. So 790, 780. Now, let me add some more weight. What would that be? That's a bit different, isn't it? So you can actually see it's halfway in between 800 and 810. So what would that be? That'd be 805. Okay, now we're going to look at some different scales. So you can see here 100, 200, 300, going up in hundreds, in grams, 900, and then we would get to 1,000. If I went all the way around, that would get to 1,000. So starting from 0. Now this is a bit different here because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intervals. So what are these intervals worth? What's that going up in? So I need to say, well, how many 5s are in 100? Well, let's make that 100 10 times smaller. How many 5s are in 10? 2. Let's make that 2 10 times bigger. 20. So maybe it's going up in 20s. Let's check. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So they are going up in 20s. So let's do some measuring. Okay, so we've gone all the way down here, and it's just before the 500. So we need to do 20 less than 500 is 480. There's no point in start. You could start from here if you wanted to. Go 400, 420, 440, 460, 480. Or go straight to 500 and take 20 away, which is 480. 480. Okay, so what would that be? 120. Dead easy that one, isn't it? 200. Okay, down here, 420, 420. We've just had that. Again with this one, we've got 700, 720, 740. Dead easy. And we've done that one already, so don't know why it's done that. What would that be? What would that be? I went a bit too quickly there. We've done that one already, so I don't know why it's done that. So some of these are quite easy. So what would that be? What would that measure be in grams? Grams, G for grams. And then when it gets to 1,000, it will be 1 kilogram. 620, 640, 660. Okay, so have a go. There's 2 worksheets today, guys, and it is about reading measures from a scale.